speech is not relevant to you if you don't have any connection with food, water and oxygen. You can live and rest all. Welcome and good evening.
Good evening.
As this speech is very much relevant to you, I have a deal for you. I'm going to give 5,000 Saudi riyals to each family every month for generations to come. Who is willing to take that? But it comes with a condition. That will be the only earnings for your family for all the generations, and that is going to reduce by say 2% every year, and don't forget the inflation and the cost of living which will go high, that will be say 5%. Now do we need a math genius to figure out that you land in a disastrous situation down the line in few years? It will not take generations, and you will struggle to manage your basic necessities like food, isn't it?
Yes.
Now the real twist comes here. This is what is happening and going to happen with each one of us, including me. Can you believe that? I will support it with some facts and figures. So listen up. United Nations Food Conference has said by 2040 we will produce 40% less food than what we are producing today, and by that time we will have population of 9.3 billion. Now you can correlate. The next point is UNCCD is claiming that we are left with 80 to 100 harvests on this planet. That means 40 to 60 years hardly of a fertilizer soil we have, which we can use to produce the food. The third thing is United Nations headquarters have displayed the figures that 800 million plus people go hungry every night. Now correlate that 5,000 rupees which I am going to give you with all these statistics. Just replace that 5,000 with the food and see the disastrous situation which we are going to face. It is inevitable unless we act upon it now. But why this is happening? You would say that with such a sophisticated automation and technological advancement, why can't we produce the food required to serve to that 9.3 billion? The only reason is soil degradation and soil degradation basically, and soil distinction. Why this is happening and how to control? Before that, we need to understand what is soil, and for that please be with me for next 1 hour. I have lot of formulas to go with, so you cannot leave me for next 1 hour, okay? So be focused. So here it goes. We have a sand, we have a soil. If you put organic content to sand, it becomes soil. And if you take out the organic contents and life from the soil, it turns into sand. It is that simple. Don't worry, I am not taking your 1 hour. But it takes decades to have the good quality of live soil. And how much is the percentage? Good quality soil, rich soil, is something 3 to 6% of organic content. And where do we stand? In India, 2/3 of our fertilizer soil is having less than 0.3% of organic content. How much I said? 0.3. Do you agree to my figures and facts which I was sharing with you?
Yes.
United States has lost their 50% of topsoil.
Yes.
What's happening in Africa? 45% of land is deserted, and 2/3 of their land is going to lose the fertility in next 10 years. Next 10 years. So where do we stand and what do we do on this? Is it a very risky and disastrous situation, isn't it?
Yes.
So let's dig little deep into the soil. Mrs. Chen Guda, who is a peace messenger for United Nations, she says soil is the biggest or the richest habitat on this universe. 1 teaspoon of soil contains the live organism which are much more than whole population on this planet. Soil is the biggest ecosystem and sophisticated system which supports whole of our life system. 87% and more than that life on this planet depends on the first 15 to 20 inches of the soil. And you, me and whole humanity is a part of this creation of this beautiful soil. But the issue here is this soil is dying. Yes, you heard it right. What I said? Soil is dying. What it means? We are losing the organic content or the humus of the soil. And how do we control this? And why this is happening? We are killing the soil by overgrazing, by using fertilizers and strong chemicals in quest of producing more food. We are keeping the soil rift open, exposed to the sunlight for a long period of time. We are plowing it. We have covered lot of 30% of the land into the cemented areas, and all these things together puts the soil into this stage where we are saying the soil is dying. We are in a rift of a situation where we have to understand, and we cannot let this happen as it is. We have to come together. We have to do our best part, what we can do, and we should at least make a noise of a save soil, and we cannot let it go. We need to make it happen. So how do we make it happen? We are listening some things, right? So let me add up something to that. Before that, I would like to share with you 2 more points. I talked about food, water and oxygen. Do you have more appetite to listen about what happens with what is the relation of soil with water and oxygen? Soil is the biggest carbon sink on this universe. It can absorb the carbon and hold it for a very long time, and it can contain 3 times more carbon content than the whole of the CO2 available in the atmosphere. The weak soil or the soil which is not having the good recommended content of the organic contents, it cannot hold the carbon and it emits the carbon, and that also contributes to the carbon footprint and carbon emissions. Photosynthesis is the very basic nature of this live soil. That's why we are saying that the soil is a live organism that absorbs the carbon and gives us the oxygen. And who else more than this generation of a COVID-19 sufferer understood the importance of oxygen, isn't it? When it comes to water, same thing happens. The weak soil cannot hold the water and we experience floods. And at the end of a flood, we see the droughts. To add up some stats, if we club together the water of the rivers of whole world, soil of the world, good soil can hold 800% more water than all these rivers together. So what it means in terms of farming, we can reduce the irrigation requirement by 30% right away if we improve the quality of the soil, if we can regenerate the soil to its good level. So having said all those things, what we need to do? We, with the white collars, though we wear the lungi, we are doing the jobs. Correct? We can raise the awareness. We have power and we can at least spread the awareness among the people and tell them about the importance of this soil. Is that not orange? You didn't show me orange. Sorry for that. Toastmasters. We have United Nations lot of initiatives, a lot of social organizations are doing this initiative, like the SaveSoil.org is one of them. I am trying to associate with that organization along with Sridharji and Madhuriji. We can connect to them and we can just spread the word and say save soil, and we can do lot of wonders for this world. So we are in the quest of a time. We have to do it in next 15 to 25 years. If we delay it to 40 years, what is going to happen? It will take 150 to 200 years further, because that much biodiversity would have been impacted or lost in next 40 years. So this is a time where we have to come together and utilize our most sophisticated weapon, which is a social media. We can go on social media and spread it, at least the word save soil, and let's make it. Thank you.